Hello and welcome. This is Project Healing Waters, Fayetteville, North Carolina program. And the second part of July's fly is the pheasant and orange. Very simple fly, minimal materials, and like I said, it's a simple fly. We're going to use this for the local ponds and lakes around here in Fort Bragg. Mostly just going to be chasing panfish. We don't make it up to the mountains this time of year. It's a little hot and just not worth the trip to get up there. Well, at least for me, it's not. And so what we're going to do is we'll introduce the materials. We're using orange thread. It's 8/0. Then the hook we're using is a TMC 3769 nymph hook, size 16. We are using Semperfly, and it's a Super Seal Dub burnt orange. And then for the hackle, it is a partridge feather. I've already Christmas treed that out, so let's go ahead and get started. The other fly that we're doing this month is the March Brown, which is it's another spider as well. So I tried to mix it up a little bit this time of year. Just be doing mostly a bunch of dry flies, a lot of stuff, a lot of topwater stuff. I would like to do poppers, but I think it would just, with the class that we do, I just think it would be a mess to have people painting in there, gluing, and using fire. I don't know. It just seems like a bad idea with a bunch of with our veterans. I don't want to say a bunch of veterans, with our veterans. So we're going to start the thread a little bit behind the eye, about a half eye length behind the eye. And then we're just going to carry this all the way down till about when we get to the bend of the hook, and then we can remove the tag in. So then we're just going to take it and go to the bend, and then what we want to do is we want to bring this back up with touching wraps. And this one we're just going to keep the body skinny. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that camera. Keep the body really, really skinny, and then we're going to stop about a eye length and a half behind the eye of the hook. And this is where we're going to grab our Super Seal dubbing, and we're just grabbing a tiny, tiny amount. And kind of we're just going to build up a collar for the hackle to build up on. So we're just going to take this and just work it backwards, and then I'm just going to bring it right back. And I think everybody knows I'm not a big favorite of this dubbing. Okay. So I've already Christmas treed this out. I've taken the fuzzies off the back, and we're going to tie it in. If it'll cooperate. Okay. Put several wraps in this. And make sure we get enough space here. It looks like we do. And so now what we want to do is we want to remove the remaining partridge as close as we can without cutting our thread. Man, this camera is really hard to work around. Okay, I think I got it. That looks like it'll be fine. Now what we want to do is we want to grab our favorite instrument, which is the hackle pliers. Get the junk out of them. All right. Tell you what, just tied up like a whole bunch of these, and working around this camera is not easy. Alright, I think I captured it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my fingers, and I'm going to force these fibers backwards. And it'd probably be a lot easier to do this before you tie it in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hackle pliers and just take this and work this around and make sure these fibers work backwards, like so. And what, one more wrap looks like. Yeah. And then we're just going to secure it. Put a couple wraps in it. Try not to capture the fibers and move them around too much. Okay, I think 3 wraps is good enough. Now let me get this better to where I'm not cutting into my thread again. There we go. And that certainly could be better. Let me see if I can wrap that backwards. And it will. Good. And then once you remove the remaining feather, I'm just going to come up here and I'm just going to put 2 to 3 whip finishes, and I'm going to just do 2 because we're going to be using super glue or Sally Hansen up here to secure that, so you really don't need to put a lot of whip finishes in it. And what's it look like? It looks like it's nice and even all the way around. Looks pretty good, except for those fibers are stuck back there on the vise. But yeah. And I don't know why they call it the pheasant and orange, because there's not any pheasant on it. The video that I took this from this is an exact fly that he tied. Maybe his is a little better looking, but as far as the material goes, it's essentially the same thing. So I don't know why, but that's what it's called. So I didn't want to take all the work from him. All right. Well, this is Scott with Project Healing Waters, the Fayetteville, North Carolina program, and this is July's second fly. And it's the pheasant and orange. If you like what you're viewing, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, share it. Whatever you can do that would help out the channel would be great. Don't have that many followers, so we're not pushing to make a bunch of money. We're just trying to push this out to fellow vets that are interested in fly fishing and fly tying. And everything that we do as a program. Rod building, we do that as well. We're going to be getting into nets here pretty soon. Looking really forward to start doing a bunch of videos of the program, my program, out catching fish and doing our events, so the public can get a general idea of how we actually we work as a group. And our group isn't a group. One of our participants basically named our group. He says it's a tribe, and that's exactly what it is. We really actually get along and have a good time with everybody. But please share and like and pass this along. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. It may be late, but I will answer. This is Scott with Project Healing Waters, the Fayetteville, North Carolina program, and thank you for watching.